The edge of renewal. You know, when all of this started, way back when it was still just whispers and small incidents that spiraled out of control, I looked up the definition of an apocalypse, Mia said, pushing a loose strand of hair behind her ear. Her dark hair had grown unruly, half of it bleached blonde while the other half remained its natural hue. It's defined as an event involving destruction or damage on an awesome or catastrophic scale. Lila didn't turn to her, her gaze fixed on the dusky violet sky. And I'm just saying that everyone acts like the world has ended, but it hasn't, not really. It's just the world we knew that's gone, Mia replied, adjusting the sleeves of her denim jacket, now dusted with ash. But isn't that the same thing for us? Lila rolled onto her side, propping her chin on her hand as she faced Mia. The ground crunched beneath her as she shifted. No, Mia said firmly, shaking her head. She let her hair fall free, tousled and wild. If the whole world had ended, everything would be gone. Obviously, she gestured dramatically to the landscape before them, scarred and smoldering beneath the cliff's edge. That hasn't happened, because we're still here. I think it's just our version of reality that's fallen apart. Earth is gearing up to reset itself, and then it'll bring forth a new generation of humans. She rolled onto her back, her thoughts trailing off as she stared at the eerie remnants of smoke swirling above them. Lila hummed softly, her mind dancing to a tune of its own. Are you even listening to me? Of course, Lila replied, a hint of a smile playing on her lips. It's just that I was thinking about a song that fits the mood. She closed her eyes slightly and sang, It's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine. I've never heard that one before, Mia said, her eyes narrowing with curiosity. It's a classic, Lila grinned, stretching her arms wide. But hey, do you really think Earth will reset itself and bring about new humans? Mia shrugged, excitement dancing in her eyes. Maybe. But just in case, I have an idea. Lila raised an eyebrow, intrigued. What's the idea? Mia straightened up, her enthusiasm palpable. You know how in stories there's usually a first couple, like in the old tales. We should write our own version of it, a story for future humans to draw inspiration from. Something they can believe in. Are you serious? That's brilliant. Lila's excitement matched Mia's, her smile brightening the dim surroundings. Beaming, Mia pulled an old, tattered notebook from her bag and fished out a pen. This pen is almost out of ink, and this notebook is mostly filled with my old sketches, but let's make it work. She flipped the notebook to a blank page and poised the pen above it, eyes sparkling with mischief. Where do we begin? Lila leaned closer and pressed her lips to Mia's cheek, catching her off guard. I love you, Lila said playfully, pulling back with a grin as she snatched the notebook and pen from Mia's hands. But my handwriting is definitely better than yours. Mia felt her cheeks flush. I love you too, she mumbled, glancing down to hide her smile. Okay, Lila said, tapping the pen against the page. Let's start with how the world ended and began anew. How can we write that if it hasn't truly reset yet? Mia wondered aloud. Future readers won't know the difference. We can bend the truth a little, Lila declared, her eyes sparkling with mischief. Right. This will be fun, Mia said, joining in the energy. We can make it as fantastical as we want. Lila tilted the notebook so Mia could see as she began to write, the ink flowing smoothly across the paper. In the end, humanity turned against the land and the skies. The end was fiery and devastating, an all-consuming blaze, and death moved like shadows over the ravaged earth. Then death grew weary and retreated, leaving only two girls and the haunting scent of devastation. And death watched them from afar, a swirling mass of smoke and ember as they settled on a cliff, realizing their love for one another. And death, with its wide, dark eyes, trembled at the love shared between them and recoiled in fear, so with one final shudder of the scorched ground, death vanished. "Wait," Mia said suddenly, gripping Lila's shoulder, "look." The landscape beneath their cliff was shifting, the thick haze of smoke receding as if something unseen was clearing the air. Lila tilted her head back, her eyes wide. "What's happening?" she whispered. Ignoring the sky, Mia leaned forward, eyes narrowed with concentration. I think something is changing." "Let me try something," Lila exclaimed, her excitement bubbling over as she glanced at the notebook. Then the girls, feeling the absence of death, willed the world to come alive again, and flowers, trees, and creatures sprang forth below them. As they watched in awe, the last wisps of smoke dissipated, revealing vibrant greenery carpeting the ground below. Trees stretched skyward, wild deer grazed in the sun-dappled clearings, and rabbits scurried among bushes heavy with red berries. "Oh my God," Mia breathed, voice thick with astonishment. "Did we do this? Is this how it was before everything changed?" Lila turned, brow furrowed in thought. "But why don't we have any of that here? Why are we stuck on this cliff?" Mia shrugged, mesmerized by the beauty below. "Look, Lila. It's breathtaking." "I know," Lila said, her heart racing as she paced along the edge of the cliff, eyeing the vibrant land that seemed just out of reach. "But I want to be down there. We have to find a way to enjoy it." "No, we can just watch from up here," Mia insisted, concern flickering in her eyes. Lila sighed, slipping off her jacket. "Come on, there's water down there. We can land safely, I promise." "No?" Mia grasped Lila's arm, panic surging within her. "You'll get hurt." "It'll be fine," Lila retorted, pulling free. She pressed a quick kiss to Mia's cheek and tossed her jacket into Mia's arms. "Love you, and I'll see you down there." She turned, ready to leap from the edge, her wild spirit unfettered by fear. Mia's heart raced with fear and despair as Lila tipped backward. "No," she cried, rushing to the edge and peering down into the shimmering pool below. Lila was gone, and tears prickled at Mia's eyes. Desperately, she prepared to follow, but caught sight of the notebook and pen lying abandoned on the ground. She fell to her knees, her heart heavy with sorrow, and picked up the pen. With trembling hands, she scribbled one last line on the page, her handwriting shaky and uneven. Then, as the girls grew greedy, yearning for the beauty they had created for others, death reached back into the world, taking one girl in each hand, for once death has claimed a soul, it never truly leaves. With the last word inked, the pen slipped from Mia's fingers, falling among the stones as she collapsed beside it, heart still, echoing the silence of the world that had transformed around her. Mia lay still among the stones, the world around her vibrant yet eerily silent. Time stretched in that suspended moment, her heart echoing the loss of Lila, the girl whose laughter had once filled the air like music. But just as the weight of despair threatened to drown her, a gentle warmth enveloped her, seeping into the cracks of her sorrow. It felt as if the earth beneath her was pulsing with life, reaching out to comfort her. Slowly, Mia pushed herself up from the ground, blinking back the tears that blurred her vision. The cliff edge was now alive with color, flowers bloomed in every hue imaginable, their petals stretching toward the sun. The vibrant landscape below, once a desolate wasteland, now thrummed with activity, the rustle of leaves, the call of birds, and the soft sounds of water bubbling nearby. It was as if the very spirit of the earth had risen from the ashes of destruction, determined to heal. Mia took a deep breath, feeling the air fill her lungs with the scent of earth and renewal. Lila's spirit was everywhere around her, woven into the fabric of this new world. If death had taken Lila, then surely, somewhere, in the quiet corners of this reborn landscape, Lila's essence remained. Rising to her feet, Mia looked over the edge of the cliff once more. The shimmering pool below sparkled like 1,000 diamonds scattered across its surface. It beckoned her, an invitation to step into the unknown and reclaim the joy they had once shared. "Lila," she whispered, feeling the tremor of her own voice, "I'm coming." With determination stealing her resolve, Mia took a few steps back from the edge and steadied herself. She remembered Lila's laugh, her infectious spirit, the way she had lived fully, even in chaos. In that moment, Mia felt a spark of hope ignite within her. She wouldn't let Lila's leap into the unknown be the end. Taking a deep breath, Mia ran forward, launching herself off the cliff. The air rushed past her, exhilaration and fear mingling in her chest. She felt weightless, suspended in a moment that stretched eternity. The world below approached rapidly, but instead of dread, Mia felt a thrill of freedom as she arced downward. Just before she hit the water, a wave of light enveloped her, a burst of warmth that felt like Lila's embrace. Splash! The cool water enveloped her, and Mia sank beneath the surface. For a heartbeat, everything was silent, the world above a distant memory. Then the water pulled her back up, and she broke through the surface, gasping for air. As she emerged, droplets sparkling in the sunlight like tiny stars, Mia felt a strange sense of clarity. The world around her was alive, and she was a part of it. She swam toward the shore, each stroke infused with purpose. She would find Lila. She would honor their story, and she would live. Once on solid ground, Mia looked around, her heart racing as she took in the lush landscape. A kaleidoscope of colors surrounded her, vibrant wildflowers danced in the breeze, trees swayed gently, and birds flitted overhead, chirping songs of celebration. She felt a pull deep within, guiding her toward the heart of the forest that sprawled before her. Mia stepped onto a path winding through the trees, her feet moving instinctively. As she ventured deeper into the woods, she could almost hear Lila's voice, urging her forward. "Keep going, Mia. I'm with you." Each step resonated with purpose, the forest alive with magic and whispers of hope. It was as if the very essence of the world had transformed into a guardian spirit, leading her on this journey. After what felt like hours, Mia reached a clearing where the sunlight poured down like liquid gold, illuminating a magnificent tree standing tall at its center. Its branches stretched toward the heavens, adorned with blossoms that shimmered with an otherworldly glow. Mia approached it slowly, feeling an inexplicable connection. She placed her hand on the rough bark, and a rush of energy coursed through her. In that moment, she felt Lila's spirit wrap around her like a warm embrace, the very essence of their love flowing between them. "Lila," Mia whispered, eyes closing as tears streamed down her cheeks. In response, the tree shimmered, and a gentle breeze swirled around her, carrying the sound of laughter, familiar and sweet. Mia's heart soared. It was as if Lila was there, urging her to remember the love they had shared and the life that awaited. Mia sank to her knees at the base of the tree, overwhelmed by emotion. "I won't forget you," she promised, her voice thick with conviction. "I will keep our story alive." As she sat there, surrounded by the beauty of the world reborn, Mia felt a sense of purpose take root within her. She would gather the stories of those who had been lost, weaving them into a tapestry of life that would inspire the future. In that sacred space, beneath the blooming tree, Mia began to write. With each stroke of the pen, she brought to life the tales of love, loss, and renewal. Her notebook, once filled with mundane lists, transformed into a chronicle of hope, echoing the laughter and spirit of Lila. And as the sun dipped low in the sky, casting a warm glow across the landscape, Mia realized that death might take away the physical presence of those we love, but their essence could never truly vanish. It lived on in the stories we tell, in the memories we cherish, and in the world we choose to create. With renewed resolve, Mia vowed to be a keeper of their tale, a guardian of their love. The world around her, now teeming with life, would be a testament to the beauty that can emerge from even the darkest moments. And in that rebirth, Mia knew Lila would always be with her, dancing among the wildflowers, forever a part of the story they had begun together. MIA continued to write under the luminous tree, her thoughts flowing freely onto the pages of the old notebook. With each word, she felt Lila's presence grow stronger, as if the very spirit of her love infused the ink with life and meaning. The sun dipped lower, casting long shadows across the clearing, but the warmth of the golden light lingered, filling her heart with hope. She wrote about their adventures before the world had changed, the late-night stargazing on rooftops, the way Lila's eyes sparkled with mischief when they planned their next big idea, the laughter they shared over cups of coffee and the comfort of their quiet moments together. Each memory poured out of her, a testament to their bond that even the chaos of the world could not sever. As she scribbled, the forest around her seemed to come alive in response, rustling with a gentle breeze that carried the sweet scent of wildflowers and freshly turned earth. Birds flitted through the branches overhead, their songs blending harmoniously with the whispers of the leaves, creating a symphony that filled the air. MIA felt as if the entire world was listening to her story, urging her on. Suddenly, a flicker of movement caught her eye. She glanced up from her notebook, her heart skipping a beat. There, at the edge of the clearing, stood a small figure, a girl with wild curls and a bright smile, eyes gleaming with the same mischief that had always characterized Lila. MIA, the girl called, her voice a melody that resonated deep within Mia's heart. Look what I found. Mia's breath caught in her throat. The girl was an echo of Lila, her essence manifesting in the new world that had risen from the ashes. Lila. MIA whispered, half in disbelief, half in hope. The girl laughed, a sound so familiar it sent waves of warmth washing over MIA. Not quite. But close. I'm Aria. She stepped into the clearing, her feet light as she danced among the flowers. I've been watching you write. It's beautiful. MIA blinked, unsure of what to say. Aria radiated the same joy that Lila had, but there was a different spark in her presence, a vitality that suggested she was a part of this new beginning. You look like her, MIA finally managed, a smile creeping onto her face despite the tears still glistening in her eyes. Everyone here is a little like her, Aria said, her gaze sparkling with mischief. This place is full of echoes, of the past, of love, of dreams. You created this world, MIA. By writing and remembering, you've given life to those who were lost. MIA felt a rush of warmth at Aria's words. I don't understand, she admitted, glancing back at her notebook filled with their stories. How can I create a new world just by remembering? Aria knelt beside MIA, peering at the notebook with wide eyes. When you write about love, hope, and the beauty of life, you weave those feelings into the fabric of this new existence. Every time you share your story, it becomes a part of the world, inviting others to experience it, to feel it, and to live it. Mia's heart swelled with understanding. This wasn't just about her memories, it was about creating a legacy that would ripple through time. So, Lila's spirit, it lives on in this place, she asked, a tremor of hope in her voice. Aria nodded, her curls bouncing with enthusiasm. Yes. And it's not just Lila. All those who loved, who dreamed, who created, they live on through your words. You're building a bridge between what was and what is, and the more stories you tell, the stronger that bridge becomes. Mia's mind raced with possibilities. She could invite others to share their stories, to breathe life into the new world together. What if we gathered everyone, she suggested, excitement bubbling within her. What if we created a place where people could come together to share their tales? We could celebrate love, life, and everything that makes us human. Aria clapped her hands, her eyes shining brightly. That's a brilliant idea. We can start right here, under this beautiful tree. Let's gather all the echoes and give them a voice. With newfound purpose, MIA stood up, the notebook clutched tightly in her hands. Let's do it, she said, feeling the weight of loss lift slightly as anticipation took its place. Together, she and Aria began to walk through the forest, calling out to the spirits that danced among the trees, inviting them to join their celebration of life. As they wandered, the forest began to buzz with energy. Figures emerged from the shadows, others like Arya, all with vibrant energy and familiar smiles. Each one echoed a piece of Lilar, and together, they formed a community of voices, eager to share their stories and dreams. Mia found herself at the center of it all, surrounded by laughter and joy as they built a circle beneath the great tree. It was a gathering of hearts, a symphony of voices coming together to share tales of love and loss, resilience and hope. One by one, they stepped forward to speak, their words weaving together in a tapestry of shared experiences. Each story resonated, stirring memories within Mia, echoing the essence of Lilar. The world around them shimmered with energy, the very fabric of their new existence thrumming with life. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in shades of pink and gold, Mia felt a profound sense of belonging. She realized that this was the purpose Lilar had ignited in her, a calling to celebrate the stories that connected them all, to honor the past while nurturing the future. Together, they created a festival of stories, a celebration that would continue long after the sunset. The echoes of laughter and shared experiences filled the air, merging with the songs of the birds and the rustle of leaves. It was a new beginning, a testament to love that transcended time and space. And in that magical moment, as the stars began to twinkle above, Mia felt Lilar's spirit dancing among them, a radiant presence woven into the very fabric of their gathering. She knew, without a doubt, that love was not lost, it was transformed, reborn in every story they told and every life they touched. With renewed determination, Mia embraced the echoes around her, ready to pen the next chapter of their journey, a journey that would celebrate love in all its forms, reminding everyone that even in the face of loss, life was a beautiful tapestry of stories waiting to be woven.